Let me introduce to you Mr. Ramirez. Come on up.
Thank you, Mr. Tully. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Mr. Ramirez, and I'm very excited and very, very proud to introduce to you Mrs. Oslage and Mrs. Jansen's literacy class. These students are going to present I Am poems for you today, which are their interpretations based on characters and their experiences from one of three books. The first, the classic, The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. The second, the graphic novel, When Stars Were Scattered by Omar Muhammad and Victoria Jameson. And the third book, Amari and the Knight Brothers, Supernatural Investigations. So let's welcome Libby Karsten, Haley Dunbar in their two-voice presentation of The Giving Tree. Excuse me. Mine. Here, let me put this one.
Okay. Hello? Okay. Okay. I am the boy.
And I am the tree.
Okay. I am curious and have a big heart.
I am a tree and only a tree.
I wonder what will happen in the future.
I wonder when the boy will come back.
I hear my mom and dad talking about school for me.
I hear the birds chirping.
I see the heart I drew on the tree.
I see the sky and the clouds.
I want to build a house and a family.
I want the boy to come back.
I am curious and have a big heart.
I am a tree and only a tree.
I pretend that I am adult and have kids.
I pretend like it's back in the old times.
I feel the ground.
I feel the boy climbing up my trunk.
I touch the apples on the tree.
I touch the boy's hand when he grabbed the apples.
I wonder about the future of my family.
I wonder about the boy sometimes.
I cry when I think about growing up.
I cry when the boy hasn't come to visit me in a while.
I am curious and have a big heart.
I am a tree and only a tree.
Understand that you have to grow up sometime.
I understand that everything should go and everything should change.
I say hi to the tree every day.
I say, boy, please come back.
I dream of being an adult.
I dream that the boy comes back someday.
I try hard.
I try new ways to call the boy.
I'm a good dad.
I hope the boy will come back someday.
I am curious and have a big heart.
I am a tree and only a tree.
Thank you, ladies. Also presenting The Giving Tree in two voices, I give you Ryan Caputa and Javi Granados.
Hi, I'm the tree.
Hi, I am the boy.
I'm caring and kind.
I am the boy, and I like the tree, and the tree loves me.
I wonder when the boy will come and climb on me.
I wonder if I'll see the tree.
I hear the boy coming this way.
I hear tree waving the branches.
I see the boy having fun.
I see apples on the tree branches.
I want the boy to be happy.
I want the apples.
I'm caring and kind.
I am the boy, and I like the tree, and the tree loves me.
I pretend I'm not sad when the boy is about to leave.
I pretend that I am swinging from the tree.
I feel so sad when the boy leaves.
I feel happy because I can play with the tree.
I touch the grass to feel life and happiness.
I touch the tree and I worry if I get too old.
I cry when the boy leaves me for a long time.
I cry because I'll miss the tree.
I'm carrying kind.
I am the boy, and I like the tree, and the tree loves me.
I understand that the boy can't always see me, but I just want the boy to be happy.
I understand that I need alone time.
I say the boy will come soon.
I say I love you.
I dream of the boy and me to be together forever.
I dream that the tree and my friends try to care about it.
I try my best to keep the boy happy.
I hope that I'll be able to see the tree again.
I hope that the boy will be with me forever.
I am the boy, and I like the tree, and the tree loves me.
I'm carrying kind.
Thank you, gentlemen. Next, I present to you Danny Maroka and her version of Omar in When the Stars Are Scattered.
I'm very nimble. I wonder if I'll get my second interview for America. I hear my friends laughing as they play soccer after school. I see my friends after school learning new math skills. I want to go to America with my family so bad. I'm very nimble. I pretend to be a school teacher. I feel sad when I'm not going to America with my friend. I feel sad when I'm not going to get my second interview. I worry that I'm not going to go to America with my brother Hassan. Cry because I miss my mom so much. I'm very nimble. I understand that I'm going to have a new life in America. I say I'm going to find my mom. I dream that I'm going to America with my brother. I try my best to go get good grades in school. Hope my friends visit me in America and my brother and I have a better life. I'm very nimble.
Thank you, Danny. Next, I give you the man, Muhammad, and his version of Omar in When the Stars Were Scattered.
I am resilient and nimble. I wonder when I'll go to the U.S. I hear crickets in the background at night. I see the stars at night time and they glow in the sky brightly. I want to be interviewed by the United Nations. I'm resilient and nimble. I pretend to think that everything will be okay. I feel tired and frustrated. I touch the sand on the ground with my feet. I worry that I'll never go to the U.S. I cry when my dad died and my mom went missing. I am resilient and nimble. I understand that everything's not always going to be okay. I say I'm tired of waiting to move to the U.S. I drive that I'll do in school and to become a social worker in the U.S. I try taking good care of my brother and study hard classes in my school. I hope I'll graduate from high school. I'm resilient and nimble.
Thank you, sir. Last but not least, I give you Noah Hewitt and his presentation of Amari and the Knight Brothers.
I am brave and caring. I wonder if I will find my brother Quentin. I hear people screaming and yelling. I see the highway bats and people running away. I want to become a junior agent. I'm brave and caring. I feel sad because my brother Quentin is missing, and I miss him. I touched the crystal ball and found out that I am a magician. I worry about my brother is dead. I cry when I get bullied. I'm brave and caring. I understand that some people are scared of me because I am a magician. I say that I just want to go find my brother and Quentin and Maria. I dream that I will be respected agent like Quentin. I try to prove that I am a good magician. I hope that the trainees and agents will respect me. I am brave and caring.
All right, everyone, let's give them a round of applause. You guys did great. Thank you. Come up, give a bow. Come on, literacy class, wave your hands. Thank you. We could have done it without you. And everyone, have a great weekend.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. The Giving Tree is one of my all-time favorite books, and hearing that about I hope to be a great dad now as a parent, I haven't read that book since I've become a parent, and I was tearing up back there. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can we give him another round of applause? That was fantastic. Awesome. What a great start to the period. So we've got a special event for you next. If I can get things... There we go. So Mr. Wieczorek, a lot of you know him. You know he does musical parodies, but he does more than that. So today he's going to share some of his original songs with you, his writing, and I'm looking forward to this. Mr. Wieczorek, come on out. The stage is yours.
Is that you, Marco? All right. Gotta adjust the microphone. How's everybody doing? All right. Well, welcome. Happy Friday. Are we happy it's Friday? Woo! All right. Weekend's coming. So my name's Cam Wieczorek. I've had a lot of you in class. I teach math here at Libertyville. I guess if you've had me in the past, say pi. That's a good amount of you. Okay, if you haven't had me, maybe I'll have you in the future. So for those of you who know me, you probably know that I make a lot of cheesy math songs, and I spin the lyrics to be about math from popular songs that have been written by different artists like Train, Jason Mraz, just to name a few. So I'll start a little bit with that, but then I'm going to kind of move into how I actually got into more serious songwriting and started developing my own melodies and my own lyrics. So I guess I'll kind of just take you from the start, and we'll listen to some original tunes as well. So I guess when I was student teaching, I was looking for ways to make math more interactive for students beyond just doing examples in class and doing practice in class. So I decided to start taking songs that were on the radio or famous hits from the past and spinning the lyrics to be about math, like I had mentioned a little bit ago. So just to give you a small snippet of that, this is anybody a Jason Mraz fan? Oh yeah, we got an oh yeah. Okay, let me get my capo. So probably his most famous song, Guitar Tools. There we go. It's coming. There it is. Okay. Is I'm Yours. And so, if anybody who's taken geometry or has passed geometry, there's this thing called SOHCAHTOA. Anybody know SOHCAHTOA? Sine, cosine, tan, right? We love it, right? So this is a little, I'm just going to play a snippet of it, but this is a little bit of I'm Yours, but it's about SOHCAHTOA. So, ooh. Well, I got a right triangle, bunch of sides are missing. Can find an angle that's a 30, 45, or 60. I reckon it can't be right too. So what else can I do? My math teacher told me about a thing called SOHCAHTOA. A bunch of random letters in a very crazy order. And then he said to me, you can calculate side C. Well, so means sine. It's the opposite divided by the hypotenuse, and cosine similar. It's the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse. Ooh, SOHCAHTOA. That's part of it. If you want to hear the rest of it, thank you. That's part of it. Thank you. So I have fun with those. I write those usually at like 11 or 12 at night after I'm sitting in bed, after I've graded, and I have ideas in my head. So usually it's on a napkin in my kitchen. But I have those. I have a YouTube channel. I started at the beginning of this process for those. I have about 15 of them up there now with math covers. And that's Cam Wise Music. So my last name is too hard to spell for those of you who have had me, right? So it's Wize if you want to hear more math tunes. So I guess really my journey with music started during COVID. Obviously we were all at home and we had to quarantine, and I was stuck in a boot from too much running. That was my biggest hobby at the time, was running, and I had a stress fracture in my shin, and I was stuck on the couch in a boot, bored, kind of feeling down, and I decided to use that time to get better at guitar. I grew up playing piano. I took piano lessons when I was little. And guitar is something that I had picked up maybe in college a little bit, and I wanted to get better. And sitting on the couch all day was a perfect opportunity to really sit down and just get better at guitar. So I tried to pick some really intricate, hard guitar pieces that I would have never challenged myself with in the past. Do you guys know who John Mayer is? So I started learning Stop This Train by John Mayer, which was always something I wanted to learn. So I would literally sit on the couch and first thing I had to do was just the picking pattern. So, would you guys listen to that all day? No. So eventually the song is supposed to sound like... something like that. So I did this for about 30 hours on my guitar, watching like The Simpsons or something. Find the note. So that's what I did when I was in a boot. And I was like, it'd be really cool to actually sing this song and play it at some point. And so my next goal was I wanted to actually start doing some covers of actual songs that were not math related. So I started expanding my YouTube channel and doing popular songs, and chose to either sing the guitar or play the piano, and I recorded myself and I would put them on YouTube. And that got me kind of through the summer, I would say, of 2020, is just focusing a little bit more at a time, just kind of building step by step. And at some point throughout that summer, I was talking to one of my friends, and I just mentioned, really more of just jokingly, I said, it'd be really cool is after the pandemic is over, or as it gets better, when open mics open back up, to do an open mic night and just sing a song. And we both kind of laughed and said, oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be so cool. And it was just very hypothetical at the time. I thought about it more, and I was like, I really would like to actually do that. So I spent the rest of the year practicing, and by the next February, actually went to my first open mic night and sang 3 songs. And so that was awesome. I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. And I thought that was it. I checked that off my bucket list. And as soon as I got done playing the songs, I sat down, and the owner of where I was at came up to me and gave me his card and said, would you like to play a 3-hour gig over the summer? And I was like, yes, thank you. I did not have 3 hours of material at the time. So that was my next few months, was trying to actually build that and add more songs into my repertoire. And so to make a long story short, by July, I made it happen. I had to do a lot of practice between now and then, but I played the 3-hour gig. And since that time, I've found other places looking for live music, and I've played about 1 or 2 gigs a month since that time. So still doing it today, and I have a blast with it. It's a ton of fun. So that's kind of my journey, at least in terms of how I got more interested in music. But then I was like, okay, what's my next challenge for myself? And my next challenge for myself is I really want to write my own original music. I think that would be a lot of fun to actually develop my own melodies and develop my own lyrics, which I knew would be a challenge, but I was up for the challenge. So that's kind of what I'm here for today, is to share that process with you and to share at least a few of those original songs. I have about 5 that I've written so far, so I'm going to try to share at least about 4 with you today and tell you a little bit about the backstory for each one. Each one kind of has its own unique backstory, and that's kind of what I'm here for. So we ready to hear some music? All right. So I'm not going to necessarily play them in the order I wrote them, but I'll kind of tell you around when I wrote them. So the first one I'm going to play you is called Won't Look Back. I think I'm going to stand and play this. Let's see. There we go. Test. There we go. So this was not the first song I ever wrote, but it was about at the heart of the pandemic. I believe it was in around November or December of 2020. And yeah, it was pretty much the heart of the pandemic, and I think a lot of us were feeling down and just ready for the world to go back to normal. And so I decided, just play my guitar a little bit more like I had done and actually sit down and focus myself to try to write a song. And when I do my writing process, what I realized is that I like to develop the melody first. It's harder for me to have lyrics to go off of unless I have some actual chords to go off of. Best way to get some chords and find something to play is to just play around on the guitar. So I kind of started doing this. Did you guys listen to a song that sounds like that? That's the first song. You guys like it? Okay, no, just kidding. That's not it. But eventually, you play around. It's kind of like a Ouija board, right? You play around on it, and eventually I hit this note. I was like, ooh, that has a nice ring to it. I like that. So I kind of played with that. And kind of developed that, and kind of went with it. and just played around with different chords and different melodies, and I kind of recorded part of it and sent it to a couple friends, and I said, what do you guys think? They're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. What are the words? I said, TBA. So when I'm stuck on something and need to focus, what I did is I went on a run to try to clear my head with the goal of maybe when I come back from that run, I could go to my couch and have some words to go along with it or start thinking a little bit more clearly. And interestingly enough, when I was on the run, I think I hit my 1 mile mark when I was on the run. I was on a trail and I saw a mile marker and something, I don't know what, was it the adrenaline or what, but I kind of just thought of a line that I thought would be cool for the song, and that was memories are the mile markers of your life. And kind of rang with me, and I wrote the rest of the song on the run. I think I did about 6 miles. So the song was written on the run, and I took it back to the guitar when I came back. And the song is called Won't Look Back, and I think the message of the song I was getting at was there's going to be hard times in life that we look back at and are like, ooh, that was not great, but we can kind of push on forward and not look back at those times and focus on just moving on forward. So this is called Won't Look Back. So many paths to choose from, they're not aligned. Staring off into the distance at simpler times. Flashbacks can't last forever, but I need time to reminisce about what I miss. Memories are the mile markers of my life. I keep on running 'cause I haven't won the fight. Sometimes I trip over my own past, but I move along and I push on forward. And I won't look back. It's all about decision and compromise. Wanting answers to the questions, but no reply. Stop the clock and take a minute, hoping for a first glance at a second chance. Memories are the mile markers of my life. I keep on running 'cause I haven't won the fight. Sometimes I trip over my own past, but I move along and I push on forward. And I won't look back. And I won't look back. Now I'm stuck at a crossroads and I can't decide. Sometimes the hardest thing to take is your own advice. Memories are the mile markers of my life. I keep on running 'cause I haven't won the fight. Sometimes I trip over my own past, but I move along and I push on forward. And I won't look back. And I move along and I push on forward. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that was a song I wrote during the pandemic. The next song I'm going to play you, this one's a little funnier. This song I wrote when I was cleaning out my kitchen, which is interesting. Not a task we probably enjoy doing. How many people like to clean out their kitchen? Ooh, yeah, let's go. All right, so I was cleaning out my kitchen and I saw on my shelf, sitting there, dusty, was a recipe book. And if you don't know me, I don't like to cook. Anybody not like to cook? Oof, I like to eat, though. I like to eat. You guys like to eat? Yeah. So if you do like to cook, that's awesome, and more power to you. But I was looking at it, and a friend had given me this recipe book as like a birthday gift, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I feel bad. Nobody has used this book. I used it 0 times. So I decided, so I didn't feel so bad, I'm going to use it to write a song instead. And that's what I did. So I called the song Recipe for Me and You. It has nothing to do with cooking. It's more about like a special connection that 2 people have, and it's like the special recipe for the 2 of them. So this is called Recipe for Me and You, and it has nothing to do with cooking. Laying out under the stars, your head placed on my beating heart, and I hold you till morning's new. It's the recipe for me and you. And if you ever find you're searching for me and I am not there, we'll find a place to hide away and we'll seek shelter there. You never have to worry because all of this is true. And we'll just call it the recipe for me and you. Sitting out under the trees, your hair blows in the summer breeze. You're humming to a brand new tune. It's the one I wrote for me and you. And if you ever find you're searching for me and I am not there, we'll find a place to hide away and we'll seek shelter there. You never have to worry because all of this is true. And we'll just call it the recipe for me and you. Thinking back before the start, when our worlds were miles apart, the secret to our recipe was serendipity. You know that I will always call, and I'll always catch you if you fall. And we'll make memories old and new, and they'll be just for me and you. And if you ever find you're searching for me and I am not there, we'll find a place to hide away and we'll seek shelter there. You never have to worry because all of this is true. And we'll just call it the recipe for me and you. That's what I did with my unused cookbook. Thank you. Switch over to the piano for this next song. That's what we did, right? Just about there. Perfect. Cool. Thank you, sir. All right. All right, so this next song, let's see. Everybody still hear me okay? There we go. All right. Make sure the piano actually works. Okay. So this next song, I guess I'll get a little bit deep. I wrote the song for a girl. Yeah. But hey, like, every good song is a love song, right? So yeah, I wrote the song for a girl, and it was, I feel like, just a good way to express myself. Funny story, she never actually heard it. So you guys actually get to hear it before she does. So, but yeah, I think that's a good way to express yourself is through songs. So I wrote this song for a girl, and this is the love song that I've written. So this is called One of a Kind. This was the first song I ever wrote. This was probably in like July of 2020. So this is the first song I ever wrote that was not a math tune. It's called One of a Kind. Sometimes I look into your eyes and we both smile, and that speaks more than words can say. Whenever you dial my number, the sound of your voice shines a light on my rainy days. I'd jump on the highway, I would take a red-eye flight. If ever you're crying late at night, moments spent with you are snapshots that remind. To me, you are one of a kind. We're running on a Sunday, time stands still as the miles just slip away. Duetting at your piano, our voices blending as your harmonies amaze. I'd jump on the highway, I would take a red-eye flight. If ever you're crying late at night, moments spent with you are keepsakes locked in time. To me, you are one of a kind. Years have come and gone, still feel you and I belong. You're always on my mind and in my heart. Moments spent with you, I wish I could rewind. To me, you are one of a kind. To me, you are one of a kind. Thank you. That's my piano song. I need to write more on the piano. That's my love song. Back to guitar. That'll work. Okay. This is the most recent song I wrote. I actually finished this about a month ago. And I started writing it about 2 months ago, realizing that it's my 10-year high school reunion this year. So I graduated high school in 2012, so 10 years. I am now a high school teacher, which I love doing. So it actually hit me, and I was like, you know what do I remember from 10 years ago? I remember going to prom. I remember going to school dances. Trying to think of other things. I remember trying to rush to get to class on time. And I was kind of stuck on some other things, like, wow, 10 years is a long time. What else do I remember? And so what I did is I actually asked a good amount of my upperclassmen that I teach. Do I have any of you in the room right now? Woo! All right, I got some of you. So I asked you, kind of sent out a Google form to get some feedback for things that you would want to remember once you graduate 10 years after high school. And a lot of people actually responded to the Google form and gave me some really great ideas to help me finish the song. So kind of a song personally for me, just reflecting on 10 years post-high school, and I think kind of also a cool thing for those of us graduating or near graduating, for things that you have to look forward to maybe remember 10 years down the line. So the song is called Delivered to Your Doorstep, and the reason I called it that is because when I was writing it, an Amazon package was delivered to my doorstep. But I did connect it to actually high school. You'll see how I did that. So that's the message, right? Not message, but that's the why I titled it that. So it's funny how the most interesting things you write songs about happen at the most random times. So, all right. So this is called Delivered to Your Doorstep. another one where I had to play around to find something I liked, and I finally found, after much of, oh, that's bad, right? I finally found this, and I went with that. So here it goes. Times that you laughed, and times that you cried. There are times that you wish you could just hit rewind. 10 years from now, you won't recall that one equation you couldn't solve. Oh, that paper that you stayed up writing all night long. Go to the flash drive in your mind, and you'll find making plans with friends on Friday nights, running through the halls to get to class on time. The day that your diploma finally arrived, hidden inside, were memories delivered to your doorstep. You dream of the past, of moments that last, and you find that dreams are your boarding pass to go back 10 years from now. You won't recall hydrogen has just one outer shell. Or the day and month that started the War of 1812. Go to the flash drive in your mind, and you'll find coffee runs to Starbucks during lunch, chatting with your favorite teachers to catch up. The day that your diploma finally arrived, hidden inside, were memories delivered to your doorstep. Go now, just go now, just go now, I'll just go. Go to the flash drive in your mind, and you'll find the first slow dance with the one you liked, cheering in the stands under the Friday night lights. The day that your diploma finally arrived, hidden inside, memories delivered to your doorstep. Memories delivered to your doorstep. Thank you. For time's sake, I'm just going to kind of wrap up, and then I want to have time for people to ask a couple questions if they want. So I just want to kind of say, like, in conclusion, what started out really as a hobby and some lessons when I was little and jamming around in college really turned into one of my biggest passions. And I think it really all started talking to my friend about, what if I did an open mic night? And really from there, things kind of just took off, and I built that passion. And I know COVID has been a really horrible and awful time, but I did try to use it to make improvement and try to kind of jumpstart my life in a way. And I I wouldn't say I thank COVID for that, but I think it was necessary time to force myself to have discipline and to actually have patience and perseverance to do something that I'm really, really passionate about now. And I actually, so I don't think I ever would have thought I would have done this a couple years ago, but I actually over spring break went to Indianapolis and recorded my songs in a studio with my vocal instructor that I've been working with for the past few years. So it was an incredible experience. He's been awesome. He actually, this is a fun fact, he actually won the show, the TV show The Voice back in like 2014. And he does lessons now, so it was a really cool find, and he has a studio, and we recorded the 5 songs that I've written. 4 of them I played for you today. And my goal is hopefully this month, once the mixing is done, to get them up onto Spotify in the next couple months. So that's my next job. That's my next goal. And I guess the one song I wrote for the girl, she didn't hear it then, but maybe she'll hear it then. Anyway, so I guess last thing I want to leave you with is my biggest takeaway is I guess sometimes a really, really difficult situation, though very, very hard in the moment, can, with the right amount of perseverance and the right amount of energy and patience, really change trajectories, and it can unfold into one of the most positive silver linings of your life. And that's luckily what happened for me. So thank you. Do we have, Mr. Tooley, do we have time for a couple questions? I don't know. Maybe a few? Yeah.
All right, anybody got a question for Mr. Wieczorek? Go ahead and shout it out, yeah.
So piano, I've played piano longer. I'd probably call myself a better piano player than guitar player. I've played piano since I was about 5 or 6 and picked up more contemporary music in college. It was a lot of classical music growing up, so kind of the style of what you heard there in terms of more contemporary things like, I like to play a lot of like Train, Matchbox 20, I'm trying to think of other things I play on the piano. Five for Fighting, I like to play the song 100 Years. So a lot of contemporary music. Piano, I've been playing since I was about 5 or 6. Guitar, more seriously, I've been playing for about 7 or 8 years, I would say. So in college, I got more serious with it. I took minor lessons when I was little. So time and dedication is the key, and eventually you can make cool things happen. Yeah. What do I like more? I like both. It's easier to learn a song on guitar more quickly. So when I'm playing gigs, I usually play about 2 hours on guitar, and I usually play about 1 hour on piano, just because it's also the thing that I was using, the capo. It's a lot easier to change something to fit your voice with this, because all you got to do is move it up and down on the guitar. On there, you'd actually have to sing it in the key it was written or learn new keys, which is much harder to do. So I love both, but different songs for different styles, I would say. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go middle of the auditorium over there. There you go.
What got me into teaching math? I always loved math in high school, and I was part of NHS and Mu Alpha Theta and did a lot of tutoring and just really enjoyed seeing the impacts when people would celebrate success when they would do well on a test after working with me for tutoring. I also had like a whiteboard in my house when I was growing up, and I'd always be like teaching my mom things on the whiteboard, like the capitals of the states or whatever. So she's like, you're gonna be a teacher someday. Fun fact, my dream job when I was little was to be a roller coaster designer. Didn't happen, but I still love Six Flags and I love roller coasters. So I guess it's kind of related, right? It's math.
All right, any other questions? Yeah, Bryce, go for it.
Why didn't I show the song to the one girl? We're still friends. And I don't know, it wasn't the right time, I guess. So yeah, we don't talk as often, but I said if it gets on Spotify, she'll probably know it was about her. So. I'm fine with it at that point. I think I was also part of it. Was back then I'm like, oh my gosh, what is she gonna think? And right now I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care. So. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it.
Come back Monday.
If you do have other questions or want to chat music, I'm in 2112. So if anybody has questions I didn't get a chance to answer, feel free to stop by anytime. I'm happy to chat or email me.